Hello everybody and welcome to episode 3 in my Frostpunk Let's Play for the A New Home scenario on hard difficulty. Now we left off the last episode with a bit of a crisis on our hands. We went venturing out into the Frostland to find some new survivors and new people, and we ended up basically taking on 71 immigrants into our city, ballooning its size up to now 150 people, and we're kind of dealing with the stress of that on our city right now. So we have 60 homeless people, 70 are just around that are hungry, and one of them is sick and not being treated. We're currently trying to build medical posts and new houses to anticipate the more and more people that are gonna end up inevitably getting sick because they don't have homes right now. Now wood has really been our shortfall, which is why we haven't got the houses built in time. But we just got our 2 sawmills up and running once we kind of forced the technology through by putting them on the 24-hour shift. Of course, when we do that, we did lose Haxo before. Which, you know, F's in chat like I said before. So we've only had 1 death so far, and his death was not in vain. We're going to use all that research that helped us get more food, and we did feed everybody, but these new people are still pretty hungry, so we're going to have to go out and get even more food for them. So the priority right now is to give these guys their housing, and once we do that, then hopefully then we can put them on their different jobs, maybe get another research building up, another food building up, and we should be okay to go. So we're at 9. I'm just going to keep the speed on normal speed for now. And every time we get 10 wood, I'm going to just pause it, slap down another tent and get them building. Because there's 52 people not really doing anything right now, these should build pretty quickly. Because there's lots of people to be assigned to work on that. Now, I just want to also mention that there was a few Patreon names that weren't in the game because we have over 100 patrons, and you start with 80 colonists, but now pretty much everybody is in, thanks to the extra colonists that arrived. In between these episodes, I've renamed the remaining people. There's just a few still that have aliases that need to be assigned to kids, but we only have 23 kids, so when we get a few more kids, then I think there's something like 10 names that haven't been used yet. So, but if we have a really just brief look, you know, you could maybe pause it, see if you can find your name in there if you are curious or concerned about that. These are all the engineers, and then these are all the kids. So every single kid is definitely a patron for sure. We have some engineers and some workers now that aren't, just because we have more of them than we actually have patrons. So some of them are going to be randoms, I guess, but each of them are going to be important to us. So yeah, so that's just a little update on the naming conventions and name lists. I'm glad a lot of people responded very positively to that, so I'm pretty happy to see that. Okay, so let's keep going. Alright, so that's the situation. So we're about to get the medical bay here. Hopefully we can then take on this extra sick person that's not being treated, and that is Natalie Vanna, wife of Jan Vanna, and their 2 children, Oxart and Nerdington, are obviously hoping that Natalie, beautiful as she is, will pull through this. She is a little bit sick right now. And what's our current research? Oh yes, we're getting the steam hub. So I'm planning on putting a steam hub out here as we gather the rest of the coal and get the wood going, because in about a day and a half, the temperature is going to drop by 1 level. So we'll have to prepare for that. Alright, cool. So the medical post is up and running. We're going to assign 5 people to that. Now there's something that I'm a little curious about. Some people were saying in the comments, now I'm not looking to game this game at all. I'm looking to play it from a narrative perspective. That's how I want to do it. That's how I play all my games. But some people were saying you only need like 1 person in here to treat all 5. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know why maybe it just takes longer to heal them then, to the recovery time. That could be the case. Interesting if that is the way it works, but right now we'll assign everyone we can. We've got an excess of engineers and people right now. Everything's fine. So I'm okay with doing that. Alright, we have another 10 wood. So we can't fit this here because of the road, but we'll put it here so that eventually we'll get rid of this bit of the road, which will, you know, it's going to cost us wood to build a road around this, so right now wood is a problem, so we're just going to build with that in mind and leave a gap here for a house in future. Alright, let's bump up the speed just a little bit. What was that? Our book of laws have opened up and allowed us to have more. So interestingly, this road's actually not, this building isn't actually connected yet, so we'll have to build a road around the back of this in a moment, once we just get another. There we go. Another house. So that's going to be, we're lacking 50, we have 50 homeless, so that's 10, 20, 30. So we've basically 20 homeless not prepared for yet. And I think we should start building the road now. There we go. Alright, good. Everything's going okay. People are very hungry though. Right now we have just the 2 hunters' huts, and we're still on soup, right? Yeah. Now we do have these guys going out to the observatory, so we'll see what we get there. Maybe we'll get some food. I doubt it, but maybe. And if we do, we'll just come straight back because we need it so badly. All right. Okay. I always have to just like reassure myself in this game. I'm like, yep, all right, you know, we're thinking of everything. I think things are okay. We've only got 9 people who are currently sick, which is great because we have 3 buildings. This one's actually a little further out than these 2. So the heating level of these, you know, is pretty good. It's livable, but the heating level of this is chilly. So it's a layer out. So we want to obviously finish getting the steam hub, then we're going to go for drawing boards, which is going to cost 50 wood, then we're going to go for the range upgrade, and that way when we hit the next temperature drop, at least the outer houses are going to be accounted for. Then maybe after that we'll try to get the power upgrade, although we will start running into coal problems soon because, you know, we have a finite amount out here. We haven't been gathering it for a while because we just haven't needed to necessarily, although it might be time now to put some people on it. Although I think the building's kind of more important that we just get that done. And then tomorrow, on day 9, we'll start grabbing as much coal as we can in preparation for this new drop that's going to happen, because we're not going to send them out gathering in the freezing cold like that. And we can build a steam hub out here, so at least when they're gathering out here, it'll keep them pretty warm. I think that's a good idea. How's the food situation? So these people are still technically working that building, which is kind of a waste. I probably should have had that off because there's no food, so they're not cooking anything. Alright, so we've got 15 wood, so let's build another house. At least we're taking care of the homeless. There's the all the hunters are getting ready to go out for tonight. I wonder what food would they be getting? Maybe polar bears. I mean, we did see some before, so that could be something that they can potentially get.
Time to rest, folks.
Charles Barber, he's heading out. All right, people are hungry. Captain, some of our people are here to talk about the lack of food. They've been hungry for days now, and they fear that soon they'll begin to starve. They want you to do something. So we just did something like this, where we can decide again, because we have a bunch of new people that are hungry. And if I'll be honest, guys, I'm a little peckish myself. So we can say, let's feed them. We have 3 days to feed everyone. Or we'll have 3 days to feed everyone and stockpile 72 food rations. There's no chance in hell we'll ever do that. But I will make the promise that we're going to feed them. Hopefully discontent will fall. So we have 3 days facing starvation. 69 people are hungry and we got to feed them. It doesn't actually count the starving people. I wonder, is the 69 hungry part of the... Yeah, I'm guessing it's 4 starving out of the 69 that are hungry, I think. Rather than it be like 73 people in total. Alright, let's keep time moving. We've got another house ready to go. So that's going to be the homeless problem taken care of. So all wood after this is going to go towards building the next hunting hut for tonight, so they can go out and grab more food. So how much do we need for that? 20. Okay, so when we get to 20, so can they get up to 20 food in the next hour and 20 minutes? I think so. Sawmills are working furiously into the night on the extended shift. So this isn't the same as the 24-hour shift. This is just the extended 2-hour shift. They work a little bit longer and start a little bit more early, but we can turn that off when we don't need the wood as much anymore. Looks like we're just about going to do it. There we go. Alright, let's get that hunter's hut up and running. So we can slap one here or here. It actually fits really nicely, so we'll do that. And now we're out of wood, but it's not a big deal. And then when this gets done, these hunters will join these guys during the night, and they should still bring home the 18 food. They'll be a little later arriving, but they'll still get it. Sickness is actually really well managed right now. I'm quite happy with that. Although I think, I could be wrong with this. Again, this was in the comments. I need to maybe look this up on the wiki. There's a really great wiki for this game. But I would like to know, you know, these guys head out on their hunt, and do they... I think someone said in the comments that they come back and they actually arrive back sick, and then they need to be taken care of. Like, a few people will end up being sick. So that could be the case that, you know, sending out loads of hunters each night and everything, like a portion tend to come back sick. I don't know if that's true, but it would make sense, you know, it would make sense that a few of them fall ill rather than just be immune to it. So we'll have to see how that kind of pans out. That when they come back from the hunt in the morning, we'll see if we get a bunch of extra sick people or not. Because right now we're actually taking care of the situation pretty well. Uh-oh, did I build... Oh, no. We didn't build a road here. I was going to say, did I miss one of the houses? But I didn't. So let's build that road, and then these last 10 people will fill in the house there. Hopefully they'll get that road built quickly. Because free time, it's getting quite late. 10 people without houses. Rob Taylor, he's a patron. Get him in a house quick. All right, looks like looks like we've done it. All right, so right now things are pretty good, right? Everyone that we took on has got a house. That's good. And we only have 8 sick people, and we have room for 15 sick people. So I'm pretty happy with how that's going. The negative side of things is that we have 19 starving people, and we have to wait until, I don't know, quite a while, until, yeah, about 10 more hours until they come back with food. And then we gotta make as much soup as we can. Now that that's all done though. Oh yeah, we want to get the hunters up and running. So that's the last building to look at. It's just about done. Scouts have reached the observatory. Okay, let's check it out. Something's amiss at the observatory. Snow covers the precious instruments, and the dome is open, letting out a thin column of smoke. Someone's inside. Oh no, more survivors? God. Can't handle this. The sun is dimming. Instead of astronomers, we are met by some of our lost people. They explain that they came here for help, but found everybody dead. The astronomers continued their observations until they starved. What was so important for them? They wrote it up in their diaries. The loss of sunlight can't be explained solely by the fouling of the atmosphere, by the southern volcanoes. The sun is dimming. And then we discovered the crash site. So the sun is dimming, not even because of the volcanoes that apparently erupted down in the south. So that's also interesting, as we had some people saying in the comments, myself included, I was wondering why they ventured north when things started getting cold. You know, obviously you would think, well, we'll go south. But obviously, so I was saying it must have been something that drove them north. Maybe the winter, the snow came from the south for some reason. But it would make sense then, I guess, if the volcanoes blotted out the sun in the atmosphere in the south, maybe that's what propelled people to go north, because there was sunlight. But yeah, it seems like the sun was dimming anyway, for some reason. Yeah, it says it can't be explained solely by the fouling of the atmosphere. The sun is actually dimming. Okay, that's pretty dire. So we could escort the survivors to the city. So we have 19 engineers, 11 workers, so that's 30, and then 3 kids. So 33 kids. That's going to need 4 houses. Or we can just send them to the city on their own. I think I'm going to do that, because we need to find some food, or we need to find something, big bundle of wood, something like that, so we can go to the crash site with our survivors or our scouts afterwards. So I'm going to send the survivors to the city. Hopefully they make it. And the scouts can go on to the crash site. Several wrecked vehicles, no signs of life. They are probably our machines. Let's hope so. We had to leave a number of supplies in them after the crash. Okay. And these guys are going to arrive in 19 hours. So in 19 hours, we're going to need 4 new houses up and running. 19 hours is going to basically get these guys ready for the next temperature drop. So we really need the houses up and running by the time they get in. And that's going to be more mouths to feed. Jesus. Is this done yet? It's almost done. Alright, so we've just put 15 more people on that. So let's just have a look at who's out right now getting some food for us. We have, I won't go through every single name, but you guys can see the list. We have Lord Neokon, Daniel Curlin, Tamer Walid Al-Osami. Sorry if I'm butchering pronounce. I know I am. Apologies in advance. Risto Edward, Nelly Alexiev, Joseph Fallon, and so on. In the other one, we have a lot of females actually. Maud, Jane, Matilda, Colin Clark, Mary Ward, Margaret Lord. Margaret Lord, I think, is actually Vin Lord's wife. No, we can't select her because she's out. Anyway, so those are the groups we have, and then we've got this new group of people. Probably going to be less people that we recognize, although we do have Sam Brotherton, Joel Gilbert. See if I recognize any other names myself. Frank Franklin. I don't recognize that one. That's a funny name all the same. Alright, let's keep time playing. So they're going to go out, get the food for us to bring it back. We have been taking I know I've been taking the game extremely slow. I hope people don't mind. I like to I don't mind taking games slow, but I am a little bit conscious that it's like 3 hours in, you know, or well, we're 2.5 hours in. I'm only on day 9, but I don't know. I like taking my time to get to know the people, make important decisions, and think them through as best as we can. Best as I can, anyway. Alright, so there's not much for us to do. We can let time speed up now. We don't have much wood. People are out on the hunt. There really isn't much going on. What we do need to at least plan for is get people gathering tomorrow. New lots of coal and stuff like that. So we've got 14 available. We can get those guys and then get those guys. So some coal will come in tomorrow. Now we'll just put engineers on the cookhouse for today. And then tomorrow we'll build another technology building. So what's interesting about the tech buildings, and I actually looked this up, is that this one gives you 100% research rate. Another one gives you 50%. Another one gives you 20%. And then another one gives you 10%. The rest are 10% from then on. So it's kind of diminishing returns after a while. But having 2 is definitely pretty important. I would argue even having 3. I don't know if we need 4. But 3 at least is going to be a goal of mine with the amount of engineers that we have. We have 43 engineers. A workshop only takes 5. So we could easily put 15 engineers away into 3 different workshops. Now they do require steel to be built, and that's a resource we just haven't been focusing on at all. Yeah, it only costs 5 steel actually. It's not too bad. We have 64. There is still steel out here, but what we're going to need is one of the technologies to actually get steel ourselves. Steelworks. So that's going to dig up steel on one of the resource deposits, something like over here, I think, maybe. I actually can't really remember. We'll see when we get the building though. I know eventually there's a building for this. I don't know if it's necessarily the steelworks straight away, but it might be. We'll check it out. And that's coal deposits. We also need, we're gonna need a coal thumper soon and stuff like that. So, yeah. All right, let's let time play. Speed it up. So it's just coming up to 6 a.m. now. Matilda Moore says, "Look sharp. Remember, we mustn't shrink from our duties." Edmund Ashley says, "Well, I can certainly remember worse mornings, better ones too." And the sun is rising on the generator. All right, so it's work time. The food should be arriving back. It just did, actually. The food's just arrived back, so people are now making the soup. Sawmills are working. Actually, they started work early, which is nice. And the gathering post is off, so let's turn that on. I forgot to turn that off. And we'll heat them up as well. Let's check the heat levels right now. We'll turn up the heat levels of the food just to make it livable. We want to avoid as... Oh my god, actually, I didn't actually notice that. Sorry, my mic shield, or my pop shield is a little bit in the way of the bottom of the screen. I moved it now. Damn, so we actually took on a bunch of extra sick people. So we had 9, so 6 more people got sick. And then the 6 further to that aren't being treated right now. So we might build another medical bay, which I think would be reasonable. Especially considering we're about to take on even more people. So I'm going to build it. We could slot it in there. No, we'll probably build the extra houses that we need. What did we need? 4 more houses, I think I said? Because there's 33 people coming in 10 hours. So we need 4 more houses. But we definitely need another medical bay. I think 1 there. We could even do with another one after that. Maybe that's a bit too much. I don't know. I can't remember the buildings you get from technology in future. Something like an infirmary. I think it takes more people, but it might heal them slower. We'll have to see when we come to it. Also, let's pre-plan this out. So we'll do that, and then we'll get ready for a house there. And then we just need more wood for the rest of the houses. Okay, the hungry people are being satiated. We need to feed all the hungry. So there's 73 that need feeding, and we have 2 days and 9 hours left to go for that. Now, luckily, we also have another 18 food coming in soon. Raw food, that is, and that gets turned into 2 to 3 rations, so that's all going to be good. Now, the people aren't very happy with their type of food that they're getting. They consider it bad food, the kind of soup that we're giving them. So hopefully in future we can change that. And once these 2 are done today, I'll probably take them off this extra shift so that we can lower the discontent that's festering amongst our city right now. Alright, looks like we built that road, so let's now dismantle just this little section here. And then we can put in a new tent in here. And Steam Hub is at 50-odd%, so 55%, which is good. Who do we have working in here now? So we still have Actually, we have different people in here because I took them off and reassigned them. Leslie Hill, Nicholas Andrews, Tom Bushbury, Margaret Harcourt, and Luther Curtis. I do wish, for the people I gave Patreon names, it'd be cool if like they were, I don't know, blue, just so I could always recognize the names, but oh well. That would be a very specific request. The scouts have reached the crash site. Alright, let's check them out. So, that's where our expedition was split up when our vehicles crashed during a snowstorm. Some of our precious supplies should be there. Raw food and wood. Oh my god, this is exactly what we need. This is exactly what we need. Let's explore. The fate of the forgotten. There are plenty of priceless supplies in the wrecks of our expedition. Searching among the crates scattered in the snow behind the wrecks, we found the bodies. They're tangled together in a single frozen mass, as if these people were trying to find at least a bit of warmth just before they died. We can do nothing for them, not even bury them. Alright, well, that's pretty sad. Some of our people didn't make it, but we're gonna get 68 raw food and 157 wood. That's pretty good, actually. So, and there's nowhere to go from there. We didn't find anything out this way, so we're gonna go back to the city. 11 hours. So in 11 hours, we're gonna be arriving. That's awesome. Actually, even in less. 10 hours and 10 minutes. We're gonna arrive with, how much was it? 68 raw food, and we're gonna be turning that into something like 150. Food rations, which is going to be awesome. That should feed everybody. 157 wood, that's going to give us a really nice boon to building extra houses and things like that, or whatever else we might need. And we're also about to get even more food pretty soon, just to feed the rest of these starving people. As long as we're keeping the starving people at bay, we can handle the hungry. Although it would be nice to be able to feed all the hungry, of course, to raise the hope and lower the discontent. It would suck to lose this campaign to discontent rather than actual people dying and stuff. But, you know, it's a very real possibility. Let me just pause it and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I don't think so. We have people out here. They have the heaters on, so right now, you know, it's all livable. It's all livable. The houses, these houses are going to be chilly, and it's going to drop by 10 degrees. So it's going to get pretty cold for those guys. And there's not much I can do about it. Although, as soon as we get the next technology, we'll go up to getting generator level 2. Now that will heat everybody, but the temperature's still going to drop. So essentially, these will all go down to chilly, and this will stay at chilly. That's what's going to happen. So everyone's going to go down to chilly, which is a low risk of getting ill. Right now, we're on very low risk for most people, which is still a risk. And as you can see, we have a little bit too many. So let's put the engineers in here. Take care of these 4 extra sick people, and we'll turn on the heaters because they're a bit far out, and make this place livable as well. Alright, so we're taking care of those as well. So we've got 13 people not doing anything. They're engineers, actually. And the rest of the food is being cooked. Has it arrived yet? No, it's just about to arrive now. There we go. Hunters are coming back. They did a great job. Good job, Eminence. Nathan Woodington, Nora Barton, Oscar Thorborn, appreciate you all. Great hunt, great yield. You're keeping the people happy, just about. So how much time do we have? We have 2 days and 5 hours left to feed the starving, and I think we're easily going to do that thanks to the 68 food that's coming back. I was hoping to send out more scouts, but you actually need the technology to do so we can't do that yet. Alrighty, I think we're managing just about. And wood has definitely gotten way better. So let's start building the next 3 houses, right? That's what we needed. 1, 2... Actually, we only needed 2, because we did just build this one. Yeah, some of them aren't fully inhabited right now. That's interesting that we built this one, and then I guess 5 people left this house and 5 people left this house to go fill that one. I wonder why. It's no hotter than any other one, but okay, fair enough. Anyway, so we'll build 2 more, and that should take care of everyone. I think. Worst case, we have 3 people not taken care of. Yeah, I think we needed 4 houses and only built 1. So we do need 1 more. But I kind of want to get a tech building, and that's going to... Okay, it's only 15 wood. Okay, we can do it all then. There we go, slam it in there. Okay. Alright, 2 sick that aren't being treated right now. If we do get the extra wood, I do think I'm going to go crazy and build a 4th medical bay. And maybe even put a steam hub out here eventually. Can we afford it right now? We can right now, so let's do that. Although we are processing them, we are taking care of them. You know, the thing is, we can always just turn them off, but it's good to have them, you know? It's good to have them just in case. If you don't have them, then you have sick people hanging around not being treated. That's the problem. So there's room for another patient in here. I don't know why one of them isn't arriving yet. Steam Hub has been researched. Awesome. So we want to get drawing boards, but I actually don't have the tech, or don't have the wood right now. So that's a bit of a shame that I mismanaged that a little bit. We could immediately start getting another tech, you know, like a coal thumper or the steelworks. But I kind of just want to go straight for drawing boards because of the impending temperature drop. But we're not going to be able to do that. We're not going to be able to do that until we get a bunch more wood. 37 more wood. Damn. These guys are still on that late shift, so they'll be working through the night. So the question is it worth it at all? I don't know. I don't think so. Because by the time we get the wood, this place is going to close down, so I think we might as well, while we can, put them on something. I think that's just the way it's got to be. So yeah, we'll put them on. I think a coal thumper is going to be quite important before the steelworks. But then steel will be important after that because we're going to get the steam hub. So yeah, to build a steam hub, what do we need? 20 steel. And we're definitely going to put one out here. And this will heat all 3 buildings if we put one right there. And we could put another one here, actually, to keep these outer medical bays happy or warm. Could probably put it even right there. I think actually here would be a better idea. Yeah, that heats the cookhouse. It's kind of hard to see, but that heats this, this, and this. We don't need to really heat this secondary level that much, but because it doesn't stack, as I mentioned before. It just adds, or it just gives a blanket coverage. It doesn't actually stack. So 2 of these doesn't give like 2 heat levels, for instance. Okay, let's do that then. When is this guy arriving back? Oh yeah, we get 157 wood. That's awesome. So that'll give us the room to get that next tech then in future anyway. Alright, so 2 people aren't being treated right now. Don't know why, necessarily, because we do have room for the patients. Yeah, there's 2 room... Oh, Dan Suso, there he is. Danny Suso. He's sick. He's actually not a child. He's alone in this world, though. Sorry, that doesn't mean anything to probably a lot of people watching, but I recognize the name. Very active member in our Discord. And a supporter on both Twitch and Patreon, so appreciate him a lot. Far from home. He hails from Spain. Alright, so we've got 5 starving, 26 hungry, 2 sick that aren't being treated, but hopefully they're on their way. Normally it says, like, going to treatment, you know? Which makes me wonder... see, I do think it is to do it. Yeah, look, we've got 3 out of 5 here, and we've actually only got 3 out of 5 engineers in the medical bay. So I do think it's 1-to-1. Like, they won't treat all 5 unless they come in. I'll be interested in seeing that. So Martha Moore, we're waiting for her to go to work. She's all the way over here, though. So yeah, we'll have to see. Do the people work medicine all day long?
Work day ends. It's time off.
Seems like they do. 2 people are still going to work here, and 2 people are going to build. So what's the deal? Cold homes, Captain. Some of our people are concerned about the low temperature in their homes. They quite sensibly point out that it's easy to fall ill when it's cold and ask that you address the problem. Well, this is an issue because we're about to drop 10 degrees, so I can't even... You'll have to start heating 4 of the cold homes within 2 days, then keep them heated. There is like almost no way we can do that. Because it's gonna drop by 10 degrees. Now, how long do we have to hold them for? heat them within 2 days, and then keep them heated for 2 days. Okay, so day 1, 2. So if we heat, oh no, we're not gonna be able to do it. We can't do it. I'll only disappoint you guys. Because yeah, it's gonna drop 10 degrees, so we'll need to raise it by 20 degrees. There's just no way that that's gonna happen. It's gonna get bad before it gets worse, so we just can't. Sorry, won't address this right now. A small discontent hit is better than a big one if we fail. So we can see that these buildings aren't operating fully efficiently, and that's because we have a lot of sick people. This one says 3 sick absences, but this doesn't say that. What's the deal? Oh, these are in treatment. See, what's the difference? Going to treatment, in treatment. Yeah, I don't know why this one shows 3, but this one doesn't, even though there's clearly people gone. But whatever, doesn't matter. We can see the efficiency rates. That's really all that matters. Maybe I'm missing something. What was that? Not sure what that noise was. Maybe it's just the Book of Laws opened up again? I don't know. Oh, here it is. Oh, the people have arrived. Sorry, the people have arrived. Survivors reached the city. Sir, a group of survivors have reached our city. They're tired. They'll need a place to rest, a bite to eat, and perhaps some medical attention. But they are ready to lend a hand however they can. So yeah, there's going to be more sick people. Okay, so we're up to 182. So we took on 32. Oh, you know what? That means one of them died on the way here. There was 33 before. Pretty sure there was 33. It didn't tell me that one of them died, but I'm pretty sure that I was expecting 33 and 32 arrived, so maybe one of them didn't make it. But I do believe that's... Oh no, it's not homes for everyone. It looks like we're lacking 1 home. I wonder, are we lacking roads to any of these? No. So we have 2 homeless. Oh, the house isn't done yet, so I did account for it, but it's just not built yet. Okay. Houses are being built, things are being built, so... Let's halt the construction of this, because it's not needed till the morning. We want to heat the other places first. And also halt the construction of this steam hub. They're lower priority right now. Medical bay in the house is higher priority. Everyone's nice and livable, but everyone's going to be chilly, and these are going to be cold pretty soon. And that's a bit of an issue, because obviously we want to get up to the next stage of heating. Scouts unit number 1 have returned safely to the city. 68 and 157. Awesome. That's so good. So they're waiting to head back out. Yeah, let's just immediately send them out to the sturdy shelter. 22 hours and they'll arrive out there. So we have a huge abundance of food now, so we can feed all the hungry, hopefully. It's free time though, so we're actually not going to be feeding people till the morning, and we've got a day and 20 hours left to go. So that's okay. It looks like we're going to feed everyone. And that really came in clutch, that food. So well done to scouting party numero 1. Alright, okay. Things are looking pretty good. I think we're handling it. No one's dying yet. And we're handling the sick people with all the places we have right now. We're even building ahead of time and getting more places for them. We've got 42 people not doing anything. Our bottleneck sort of was wood. Now our bottleneck is research. We've got more people than we have really jobs to kind of give people to do things. I'm going to take people off this, by the way, and we'll keep them on this gathering. We don't want to put people gathering out here because it's just going to be way too cold in the morning, because that 10-degree drop is just going to be a huge pain. And it looks like our coal situation is just about okay, but we're getting thin, right? 53 here. There's 126, 128 there, so about 150 in total. 200 and 200 here. So there is 400 out here, but there's no heating. So we'll kind of not put people on that for as long as we can. Should have been the other way around. We should have had more people out here probably. Alright, let's speed time up. I'm keeping an eye on this. This number is going down nicely, which is great. We don't need people in here right now, so we'll just keep that off for now. But if we go over that 20 limit, so now we have 4. Oh no, now we have 5. Yeah, we've got this, and this. So 5 medical buildings. Quite a lot, but they are kind of needed. And now we can resume construction on this, and we'll resume construction on this. So hopefully we can get that done. So that's going to be 2 research buildings, researching at 150%. Another steam hub to keep these guys nice and toasty out there. Don't think we need one out here. That's all good. And we might build a coal thumper out here. Or a coal thumper. Yeah, coal thumper probably out here once we get that. After we get the drawing boards tech, which is coming up after we get the coal thumper. Alright. Okay, I think we're on top of it. If I feel like we've missed the trick though. I feel like this should have come before the coal thumper, and we should have also then got just went straight up for generator range upgrade. Our big problem right now is that we're gonna suffer this -10 hit, and a bunch of houses are gonna be cold. Not just chilly, but cold. Which is the first time we'll ever have anyone, you know, with a moderate risk of getting ill. There's just not much we can do about it. Now our burn rate's going to be increased because we have this building up and running. And we have it on 24 hours right now. Oh shit, you can actually increase the range of steam hubs. I didn't know you could do that. That's interesting. Alright, let's speed it up because it's nighttime. We're just waiting for these buildings to get done. We'll put the engineers on this one as well. That's really cool. These buildings actually connect together when they're built next to each other. I like that. Could end up slapping another one behind it at some point, because these buildings are pretty toasty, even without the heaters. So the heater does go off during when they're not working. That's nice. Okay, yeah, look, wow, we just got, I don't know why we got so many sick people just now. That does seem to happen just like during the night. I wonder, is it because like people are walking out and building stuff in the distance? Put this on the morning shift, by the way, and we can turn off now. We can turn off those early shifts for these guys because they just we have so much wood now that they don't even need to be working like that. But this is going to heat all this area, which is great, and we'll put that just on work time only, so it's not gonna, it's going to turn off for now, heat up in the morning. Yeah, wow, 29. It's a good thing we actually, let's get them in here then. Damn, we can almost do with another one if we wanted to really take care of everyone. Let's just quickly have a browse through and see when are people kind of getting discharged. 2 hours for that one. 2 hours for this one. 3 people are going to be within an hour to 2 hours for this one, so that's good. That should take care of the 4 that are still ill. But yeah, I wonder, is it just, although people are getting ill all the time now, I'd love to know why, you know? I wish it kind of told you, hey, like, this person, it's because of they came, well, I guess you can check where they're from, right? So let's see. So she lives in this tent, so I guess, you know, there's a low risk out there, but it's a risk nonetheless. There's someone that's actually out here. I noticed this as well, actually. Haxo's the only person that died, but apparently he was never buried. I don't know why that is. But his name isn't in here. It should say, here lie, you know, Haxo. But I don't know why that's the first person who died just isn't counted. Not sure why. We'll never forget, though. I'll never forget. He's like still in the engineering room. Just propped up. Alright, let's speed time up. We are getting through those sick people at least. Just about. One sick not being treated right now. Haven't had a look at the laws in a while. We could go with radical treatment or sustained life. We don't need to do that. Ceremonial funerals. So if someone does die, those who give their lives in service to the city deserve the highest honor. We will give our dead ceremonial funerals to inspire the living. After introducing this law, another one can be passed. Oh yeah, whatever. Loss of hope caused by deaths is halved. So if someone does die, it won't be as big of an impact to our hope. So we'll sign that law. Each burial will involve a funeral ceremony held at 9 p.m. And this building is cold, so if people die, maybe it would be worth eventually having a heater out here. A steam hub or something. Yeah, I wish I knew that actually. Maybe it would have been better to have it around here. I wonder if when this is on, would the level... you can see actually the range just about here. Would the range reach that building if we maxed it out to 2? I don't necessarily think so, but it'd be cool because at least if we knew there was a funeral, we could heat them up while they're out there and take care of them. Alright, still a lot of hungry people, but in the morning, we should be able to feed everybody. In fact, we've got so much food now, I'm going to go with a standard meal so that discontent isn't as bad. Matt Coop says, the temperature's starting to make life really difficult. Natalie Vanya says, I hope I don't freeze to death on duty. Jesus, that's dark. Alright, negative 40 degrees. Temperature has fallen. And the hunt is still on for tonight. Bunch more food coming in. Look at that. Oh, basically 60 food on its way in right now. And now we're going to start churning out the meals. Nice standard quality meal for the people. So the bad food situation should be getting better as people get fed. So this building is going to be cold, and we could bring it up to chilly if we wanted to get the rest of the coal out here. I think it might be worth doing that. Oh, no, actually, no, not while we have an excess of sick. We won't risk it. Unless we run out of coal up here, I don't think we need to risk that yet. There's 23 hours left here of coal. And that's including our... Yeah, so what's our consumption rate right now? Uh-oh. We are consuming far more than we are intaking. So much so that we've only got 23 hours left. But at nighttime, this one will turn off. So maybe it won't be so bad. I think it is a bit risky, though. It's a lot to put a risk on. So we'll send out some workers out here. Heat it up so that they're a little bit okay. There we go. It's chilly, but it's got people working on it. So now the coal consumption rate, we're actually just producing a little bit more than we're consuming. The hungry were fed. Hey, we did it twice now. Most of the hungry have had a meal and are somewhat satisfied for the time being. There you go. So we're about 50-50 on the hope and discontent right now. 10 people not being treated. Even though we should have 25 slots for people to be treated. Not everyone is being treated. Not really too sure why that is, but we're processing people as well. The scouts are going to arrive in 9 hours. Alright. And the technology is at 55% for the coal thumper. And then we got to slam on the tech too. See, if we abort that, you'll lose all research progress. It's not like you can swap one to the other. You got to commit. Coal pile depleted over here. Okay, that's interesting. Still 94 to go though. And then we'll get the thumper built to replace it. And the thumpers, the way they work, I explained it before, but you know, people still have to actually gather. Alright, we'll speed time up a lot. We're almost at max wood. Oh, it's inoperative. That's why I didn't have the heater on. Oh, my bad, guys. Now there's at least 25 being treated. That was silly of me. Alright, we're full up on wood. But coal thumper is researched. Perfect timing, really, because now we can go drawing board, upgrade. 50 wood has just been spent to start researching that. And a coal thumper can be built. Not going to build it till during the night, but it's a hefty boy. And it basically just churns up coal. So when this deposit is gone, it'll actually, oh my god, it's so good. It'll slot right in there perfectly. And then the other one can slot in here. Excellent. And we'll face it that way. Okay, so we'll do that in future. Don't need it right now. It's like our little industrial area over there, a little tiny one. 4.5 hours and the scouts will arrive at the... Where are they heading, actually? They're heading to the sturdy shelter. 3 people sick. So who are the sick that aren't being treated right now? We have Samantha Erswick and Benjamin Haywood. And everyone here is being treated. Jack Absolute, Rob Taylor. Calling out the names that I recognize. Remedy. There's a child. Not many children actually in here. There's only one. Alright. Man, it's such a stressful game. But I think we're actually doing okay. I think we are doing okay. We're kind of on top of everything. I think we're behind on tech. If I was to have one complaint, I think we are a little bit falling behind on that. But the fact that we managed to house everybody and survive that immigrant crisis, I really thought we were just going to have this huge problem with medical bays and things. So we've actually depleted all the coal down here, and now we're going to have a problem with intake. Yeah, so now we're burning way more than we're taking in, because essentially there's just nobody out here. So we'll turn off the heating, or there's no coal left out here. I guess while the people are out here, maybe they'll build a thumper. So we'll do that. And this wood is all gathered. Oh, this is awesome. This is a great little area. Yeah, there they are. Okay, cool. Under construction. Got a few people doing nothing. See, you should never really have people doing nothing. But the reason we do is just because we just don't have the technology to put them on everything. We also need to... The next 2 technologies are going to be the drawing boards, and then the generator upgrade level, and then steelworks, so we can gather our own steel. So we're kind of just behind. Just trying to think though, is there anything we could put these people on reasonably now, that would make sense. We could have another hunter's hut and send them out and just get an excess of food. That would actually make sense. So let's do that. And we'll just... Okay, it's under construction. That's good. So at least that way they're doing something other than just doing nothing. Because we have literally 15 workers not doing anything. Alright, speed up time. All the hungry are being fed. That's excellent. Only one person sick not being treated. And it is Benjamin Haywood. 40 minutes and we arrive at the sturdy shelter. So the interesting thing with the Cold Thumper is we'll actually need 10 people on the Thumper, and then we'll need 10 people on the Gathering. So actually we don't even need 10 people. I think this gathers faster than this can produce, so we might only need like 5 people or so. But I think we'll eventually need 2 Thumpers. But at least they're up and running now, so that's all well and good. Scouts have arrived at the sturdy shelter. The shelter is well supplied and built to withstand even the worst weather. An advanced steam heating system protects it from the cold. Oh shit, we're gonna get a steam core, food, rations. A search might provide, it says. Okay, let's have a look. The trail leads to another city. The shelter is comfortable and well equipped with emergency supplies. There's a notice posted by the heavy round door. To all scientists, if you use any supplies, remember to notify the quartermaster upon your return to the city. This means there's another city out there. A signpost by the trail points in 2 directions. London, 1,934 miles. Home, 27 miles. Sites discovered, the steel bridge. Take the resources, 98 food. And it's not food, raw food, it's food rations. And then 238 wood and a steam core. Alright, let's grab all of that. And let's keep going. We don't need that stuff. We're okay for food, and we're okay for wood. We can't use steam cores, so we'll just keep going on to the steel bridge. The trail goes over an elegant steel bridge that crosses a huge ravine. The bridge is remarkably snow-free. Alright, let's check out why that is. And meanwhile, back at home, everything is peachy keen. Yeah, cool. Alright, let's keep speeding up. I'll keep it on ×2 for now. So we're just building this last hut, send them out during the night to get some food. And then these guys will all come back in the morning. We do have a lot of raw food, which is great. Or I mean, we actually have an excess of food rations. We almost could have done that thing where it said, like, we'll stockpile extra food. But as you can see, there is no way we could have heated all of these homes. They're all cold. So we really need to get that next level. But almost by the time we get the next level, the temperature is going to rise. But at least we can keep everyone pretty hot then. A burial ceremony is starting at the cemetery. Oh, wow. So it's 9 p.m. Maybe it's the burial ceremony for Haxo Ironwolf. There he is. He's only just being buried now. I wonder, can we see? Let's have a look if we can zoom down. And then if I turn off that filter. Can't really see. It might be over. But it'd be all, imagine you just see like his wife, his son. Yeah, it might be over. We might have missed it. But there he is. He'll be the first one buried. It's such a tiny little cemetery. Look how tiny it is. And it should be. We don't need a big one, right? Man, look at this place. It looks so cool. Check out the cinematics. It's a shame the frame rate is so bad when you do this, but it still looks cool. Alright, cool. Let's keep going. Oh, it looks like maybe they're heading out now. Yeah, they're actually just heading out now. So who's going to attend this? Charles Winter, Mark Rolliston, Hattie, Simon. I wonder man, I'll be disappointed if his wife doesn't show. Think of that. Oh, there they are. That is rough, man. I mean, it's going to be cold out there. Now, I don't know if this is like a funeral procession right now. Some people are actually holding lamps and stuff, but the others look like hunters that are just heading out. There's a few people going out there. Yeah, there's a few people out here to pay their respects. You know, it's nice to see. Let's have a look for her. So her name was Grace, I think. Grace Ironwolf. She couldn't be fucked. Where's the kid? I think you know, she's already said her goodbyes, I like to think. Alright, 23 hours left of coal. So that is a bit concerning. We can put people on the gathering post and the thumper in the morning. Yeah. Only one sick person not being treated now, and 25 that are. Which, considering the fact that so many homes are cold, isn't too bad. Isn't too bad. It could be worse. It might get worse. Which it kind of is, actually. We're processing them almost as fast as we're taking them in, because we do have a lot of medical houses, which I suppose is the benefit there. Alright, let's send some people out on the next hunt. I forgot to do that. Might be too late for them, really, to go out and get anything. Alright, let's speed it up. It's just about 6 a.m. People are waking up. Get a move on, chaps. There's still plenty of work to do, says Florence. William Potter says, another day, another shift. Well, that's life. Tell me about it. Alright, so yeah, we'll have to assign some people out here. So we'll pop an engineer there. Pop an engineer here that operate that machinery and start picking up some stuff. We'll just put actually 5 on gathering and see how that kind of works itself out. And the steam hub will come on in the morning as the workers start their shifts. We don't really need, actually, everyone on wood, so we'll take some people off that wood. And that'll save a little bit of coal from the heating. Has the food come in yet? No, not yet. But we've eaten all our rations. Discontent has fallen considerably. Look at that. Things are actually getting better. Scouts have reached the bridge to Winterhome. A brass plaque on the bridge tower reads, built by the people of Winterhome in AD 1887. The bridge is kept completely snow-free by a working automaton. Oh wow. Oh shit, there's an automaton here. A functional automaton. We stopped at the edge of a deep, wide ravine, marveling at the steel bridge spanning it. Even more so at the huge automaton sweeping snow from the roadway. It would be possible to send the machine back to our city or disassemble it for resources. So this is let's see what we get. So send it to the city and we get an automaton, or dismantle it and we get 2 steam cores and 87 steel. So this is an interesting one. An automaton is an autonomous machine that will actually work buildings without the need for people. We don't really have the need for one. We've got too many people right now because we haven't built up enough stuff because we're behind on tech. Now, typically, I think when you build an automaton, you can eventually build them yourself. When you build them, it takes 1 steam core. Dismantling this one gives us 2. So it's kind of like, it could be a net benefit just to dismantle it now. And then eventually we could build 2. However, building them does actually cost coal, and it costs a little bit more steel. I think it costs 100 steel. But the steam cores are way more rare and valuable. You can't make steam cores, you can't, mine it up or anything like that, so I'm thinking that we dismantle it, because I don't think I have the use for an automaton. And who knows, it could break down on its way back. Although it does say it'll safely reach. It probably will make its way back. But the other thing is, they cost coal to upkeep. And I just don't think we even have that kind of resource at our disposal right now. So I'm really heavily leaning towards dismantling it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I almost wish we could leave it here and bring it back later. So we don't have to kind of pay for its upkeep, and I don't know. I think 2 steam cores is more valuable and then we can build 2 in the future, because steel is basically renewable, whereas steam cores aren't. So I think that's the long game thinking there. So let's dismantle it. So we're after getting 87 steel. Sorry, we turned the automaton off and disassembled it, extracting a decent amount of resources from it, 2 steam cores, 87 steel. As we were finishing, the first wisps of snow started to settle on the now empty bridge. So the interesting thing here is we're now carrying quite a lot of stuff. 3 steam cores, 98 food, 87 steel, and 238 wood. So do we go to Weather Station, or do we go to the large convoy, or do we go home? Now, what do we need? We are low on steel. The steel could be quite useful. It would save us having to gather this steel or build any steelworks right now. Although, do I even need steel? Like, what am I planning on building with it? Maybe another tech building. Costs 5 steel. What else? A coal thumper doesn't cost steel. A gathering post does. Yeah, we don't really need steel that badly. We will pretty soon. Just trying to think. I think we keep going. I think we keep going one more and then we come back. So I'm going to go to the large convoy. Several vehicles and tents. We see people moving between them and smoke rising from a campfire. Yeah, see, if we find people and then we come back with them, I think that's good. We'll bring them back as a convoy. And then we'll have a ton of resources with us. But it's so risky. Who knows? Like, our scouts could die when they get there, for all I know. So it's so risky. Losing all that would be devastating. I mean, that would be game ending. But we'll do it. 13 hours to get there, and then we'll come back. It always takes a little less to come back than it does, like, for the initial journey out, so it should only take about 24 hours to get home, I would imagine. But it's also because we have good food. We've good food, good wood, so I just don't think it's, like, that necessary. Deserted bridge. Finding the bridge to Winterhome proved that we're on the right track, but raised questions. Why was the bridge deserted? Why wasn't the automaton under the care of an engineer? There are logical explanations to it all, but people are growing anxious. We'll find out in Winterhome. Hope falls slightly. Oh no. Everyone's being treated right now. I love to see it. Love to see it. And is this building being worked yet? No, it will be in a few minutes. I'm very eager to see how much the income of this is. 34 per hour. Wow. So I don't know if we can gather more than 34 per hour. No gatherable resources in range. Not yet, and not until it gets pumped up. But soon it will. Let's turn on the heaters for these guys. They're going to need them. At least while we're negative 40. When we go to negative 30, we can maybe turn it down. Wow, we still haven't washed up our first lot. It might take 1 hour maybe for the first batch. There we go. Pump it up. Alright. Wow, look at our little city. It's getting kind of big, isn't it? Looks cool. The 4 hunters are out. We're making the good food. The chefs are doing their thing. Let's have a look at the temperature overlay. Just get a feel for anything that we're lacking. So we are chilly and cold in most houses. We're also heating some medical posts. I don't know if we need to do that. I guess there's no harm. Yeah, this needs to be on really for the cookhouse to be... Well, I guess the cookhouse would be operational either way. We could turn this off and just have this be chilly and have this be chilly, and things would actually still be okay. Might save us some coal. I think I'll do that. I think I will do that. I feel a bit bad doing it, but I think that's what I'm going to do. We'll put it on the workday shift, and that way it'll go off during the night, because the cookhouse won't be operated then anyway. Actually, when we get through all the food, then I'll probably just turn it off. Has all the food arrived? It has, so... Once we start finishing cooking all this food, then I'll just turn this off. And we're done. Alright, so you did good, but you can turn off now. There we go. So this is now chilly. That's now chilly as well, and that's now off. So save ourselves just a little bit of coal there. Consumption rate, we are producing just a little bit more now. So we're picking up 10 per hour, and this is pumping out 34 per hour. So you could have 2 gathering posts for 1 coal thumper. I thought it was the other way around. That's quite interesting. Huh. I thought it was the other way around. Well, that is good to know. That's great, in fact. Because we could have another one like here, and it would still be in range of picking stuff up here. Or even the other way around. As long as we're in range of the steam hub for everything, I think it's fine. Because we can have, we can have the gathering post here. Actually, that would probably make more sense on a thumper here. All right. Well, coal is, at least it's rising, just about. And this goes off during the night as well, so I think it'll kind of balance itself out. Food or wood is maxed out. The technology for the drawing boards is almost done, 81%, and it is 11 in the morning. So let's speed up time now a lot. And tech is just done now. Cool. And then we need generator range upgrade. So that's going to cost 10 steel and 20 wood. That's why we need steel, actually. Technologies. So we're down to 9 steel now. But luckily we're not building any more steam hubs, so we're okay. But we won't be able to get the next tech. We'll have to go back in the tech tree to one of the things we've missed, like maybe faster gathering to speed up how quickly we take stuff from coal thumpers, which would be useful. Medical post upgrade, what does that do? They'll heal sick 10% faster. Oh man, that's so useful. And then we can get bunk houses now as well. So bunk houses are going to be improve the installation of the houses that we have, so we can build all the second row out to be bunk houses, or even third row, before we do the upgrades internally. But really the tech that we have to focus on is, after this one, is going to be getting steelwork, so we can get our own steel. Alright, let's keep going just for a little while longer. 9 sick not being treated, so this is 2 colds. Let's make that operational, that's my bad. There we go, 3 sick not being treated, 1 sick not being treated. Perfect. Keep it on 2 speed. 3 speed is just a little bit too fast, I do miss things. Alright, wood is so good now, just you guys can get off the job. Turn off the heaters there, we don't need that on. And most places are livable, at least places where people are working. This is done as well, let's turn that off. Excellent. What just happened? I hear that noise go off and I don't know. Oh, it was the laws, I think. Alright, cool. Dude, I'm feeling good. I thought for sure when I played this that loads of people would be dead by now. But we're actually hanging in there. All the hunters are out. Off. Raphael Senecal, good luck. Oscar Thorburn, there he is again. We saw him on his way back before. Ross Evans. Edith Boston. Danny Suso, he's a hunter. Go get him. He's healed. He was in the medical bays not too long ago. He's healed. He's ready to go back out. Alright, 23 sick. 26 people not doing anything still. Coal Thumper gave us a bunch of coal. Excellent. We still have gatherable coal out here, so when the temperature rises, we'll get everyone back on this. Gather the rest of that coal out here and probably just dismantle these areas. Because we don't really need them anymore. Scouts have reached the large convoy. Alright, let's check it out. This is a convoy carrying workers that got lost in a blizzard. They are weak and have no provisions. We should listen to their story and escort them to our city. They sought Winterhome. The workers who were riding in this convoy told us that they were heading for the city of Winterhome. We were supposed to follow the signal from the beacon, but we couldn't pick it up, they say. We tried to follow a search pattern to find it, but we ran out of fuel. Escort the survivors to the city, so there'll be 27 workers and 17 engineers. Send the survivors to the city or leave them to their fate. Man, who chooses that option? How cold do you have to be? Right, we're going to escort them back. Like I said, we have good amount of resources on our person now, so in our scouting party, so we'll come back with all the resources and the people. What a great scout venture that's been. You know, if we look at this, it's like they're coming back with 17 engineers, 27 workers, 3 steam cores, 98 food, 87 steel, and 238 wood. So knowing that we're coming back with, you know, what is it, about 30, 40-ish, 50-ish people, we'll build 5 new houses. So that'll spend some of our wood there. We'll probably build another... I actually can't build another, what do you call it? Research place until we get that stuff coming in. But yeah, these extra houses, they're going to be even further out now. But we have a steam hub here, so we can build them out this way. So at least some of them are kept warm. So that's all well and good. Oh, I didn't even realize time was playing there. So we'll build one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's a little bit, it's not even anymore in terms of the spacing. Getting a little messy in terms of our building, but whatever. Beggars can't be choosers in this situation, but that should take care of everyone that's going to be coming back. So in 19 hours, and once those guys arrive, I think we'll wrap up the episode. Is this all the same lane? It is. Let's do that. Good. Great, in fact. And I think even with the amount of... Actually, we can check our consumption rates of food, which would be interesting to see. So food... Yeah, let's do that. So this will show our history of food. So food rations gain, food rations used, raw food gain. So food rations gain yesterday was just on the amount that we consumed. So I mean, you can't consume more than you make. So the fact that we're consuming the exact amount we make shows to me that we're probably trying to consume more than we actually are making. So we're probably a little short on food, just a little bit. So with the new people coming in, we might need even one more hunter's hut. Now in future, what we're probably going to do is get a hot house. Allows us to build hot houses. A few hardy crops can be grown here, supplying up to 26 raw food per day. Now, this requires a steam core, and it also needs to be pretty warm, I think. It has pretty good insulation, but it does need, it'll need to be near a steam hub. But it does it's less people to maintain, and it does prevent having to go out. I'll probably look this up in between episodes to see exactly on the wiki if it takes engineers or just regular workers, and what's its heating level. You know, I can't look that up without building it, I don't think. But yeah, that'll be something we have to kind of think about. So what we're going to do now, and I should have really done this before, but we'll kick it into overdrive now that people are here. Now that it's nighttime, I should say. So these houses are going to be all livable at least. Overdrive being on, I think it is applied to the steam hubs. Might be wrong with that, but I think it is. So I've turned this on. Let's turn it on 24 hours and see. Yeah. Oh yeah. Super toasty now. It's nice. And yeah, that should be good. We should be able to make that coal back easily tomorrow. So this will keep people nice and warm. Lower the amount of sick. Let's start processing them, as I say. We want less patience in this one, really, because this is going to be the coldest one. So I don't know if we can do anything about that. No, there's still 5 in there. 5 in there. 4 in that one. 4 in that one. And 4 in that one. 22 in total. Okay. Alright, this has been pretty good. I'm just surprised at myself that things have gone so smooth. Definitely need another tech building up and running. And we need to start spending that wood, because if we come back, I don't know what happens. If we come back with 238 wood, funnily enough, we actually have 238 wood as well right now. We're going to hit our stockpile limit. I don't know what happens then. Can you overstore and just not produce any more then? Or do you lose that extra? It'd be a shame if we lost it. It'd be real waste. So we should try and build up stuff as best as we can and get techs as best as we can. The next workshop... Oh, it only costs 5 steel. Excellent. I thought it was more than that. I thought it was 10. So we can build 2 here, actually, if we ever wanted to. Yeah, that's good. Let's build one here then. We'll build one here, and at least it's next to the road already. So that's some extra houses ready to go. No residents in them yet. There is residents in this one. People moved in straight away. Wanted to be right next to that steam hub. Here lie Haxo Iron Wolf. Breaks my heart every time. Alright, let's speed it up. Things are going pretty well. Assign 5 engineers on that. And they all work on the same tech, by the way. You don't make different techs. Or you don't research multiple at the same time. This place has grown quite a lot since that influx of all those new people. Alright, we'll keep speeding it up until the morning. So Vin Lord says, get a move on, chaps. There's still plenty of work to do. Asa Burnell says, we survived another night. That has to count for something. Oh my god, there's a lot of sick people. 26 sick people. Well, I don't understand that. During the night, man, we just get so many sick people. I do think it might be these people coming back. Yeah, look at that. They're all... Yeah, it is these people coming back. Is there anything I can do about that? Maybe not. Maybe that's just the problem with hunters' huts. Like, they're going off into the wilderness. I wonder, is it anything to do with the fact they're chilly? I mean, chilly is still low risk, and it seems like a lot of them are getting sick. So I don't think putting a steam hub here will change that. They're going off map. So maybe that's just the risk, and maybe that's the benefit of having like a hot house. You know, they don't get sick and they do make food. And it said it made up to 26 food or something, didn't it? So these only make 18. So we'll have to see if we can make a collection of hot houses somewhere with a steam hub around them in the future. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do, because we are just overproducing the amount of sick people coming back every day from those from those ventures right now. Just having a look real quickly at when we're getting rid of these guys. About 6 to 8 hours before we free these up. So halfway through the day, really. It's probably also the case that as the temperature isn't as bad, the hunts are more successful in terms of less sick people, I would imagine.
Move! Time to get to work.
Okay, we don't need people on that. Alright guys, you know what? We've gone on quite a while, so I was going to wait until we get these 7 people back, or these bunch of people back, and fill the new houses and stuff, but we'll do that in the next episode. So right now we're leaving off with 25 sick people and 26 sick people that aren't being treated. So that is a concern, obviously. I mean, I could add another medical bay. I mean, I could just keep doing that, and we are getting through them pretty quickly, which is good. But we did a lot in this episode. We handled everyone that came into the city. No one died. We fed everybody. We're still feeding everybody. We now have 3 research buildings up. So that's going to be, I believe, 170% research rate. But we'd need another 3 more just to get to 200%. So I don't think it's worth building any more right now. But like I said, I think we are a little bit behind on that tech. But interestingly, we're going to get 3 new steam cores coming in. So if we do get the technology for hot houses, we could just build 2 hot houses, have reduced the amount of hunters we're relying on, which would reduce the amount of sick people, which seems to be the case. I'm going to look that up just to be sure. And then maybe get stuff like the bunk houses and the medical post upgrades, and then generator power upgrade would be really cool to have as well. Once we hit the next temperature drop, which is only going to be 2 days after our rise. So we're going to probably have to get used to being at -40, and I bet after this one it's going to go down to -50, or even worse. So we'll have to be prepared for that. We're only on day 12. I've been taking it easy, but I think it's paying off. You know, we're handling it. Pretty much everyone has survived and is okay. No gravely ill, no injured, no amputees. Just the one person who died from working that overtime shift, Haxo Ironwolf. And we've had his funeral now, his ceremonial funeral. So we'll have to think as well what we want to do in future in this area. It's really just going to be between child labor and child shelters. We might start thinking about getting one of them up and running. The children haven't really been sick yet, so everything's been pretty good. Children will be safer if they stay in child shelters. I actually don't know how many they maintain. We have like 30 children right now. But yeah, we'll have to build one, and that does require steel. 5 steel, 20 wood. Base heating level is 2 though, so it does just take care of them. That's pretty good. Base heating level of 2. So yeah, that would be good. But it's a big building. It's a big kind of building that would be in the way. But we'll think about it. And that then leads to eventually you can get medic apprentices and engineer apprentices. So you can put children on jobs for the more specialized things. Now, if you go child labor, we could just put children on all jobs eventually. And that is kind of what people were saying we should do. They were voting for child labor, but I don't know. I don't think it's the right thing. Haven't done the fighting arena. I don't think I ever built the fighting arena. So maybe we'll do that eventually. Alright, gonna leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if you are a patron, not only are you in the game, but you do get these episodes early, and all future episodes of Let's Plays will come to you on early access on the Patreon feed before they release to everybody every 2 days. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.